Welcome back to WDRB Media, the voice of the community, giving you double the information and inspiration. This is a new day, and we're your hosts, Juicy J.
And Mr. Bay.
And if you're just tuning in, we're just doing a recap on our show that we had on last week about unity in the community. And we're going to give you guys a little bit of our feedback as to when we just attended the second annual Queen U City Unite Festival.
Yes.
Okay.
I keep saying the Unity Festival, but Unity Unite, same thing. But, wow. So I guess I'll give a little recap of what I experienced over the weekend. Actually, it was this Saturday at the No Doubt Brewery. And, of course, we were there volunteering as we do when we can with the organization. For those of you guys who are out there in the Charlotte area and surrounding areas, or wherever you are, this organization was founded by 7 members originally, and Jorge was one of the leading members. And there's other members too. I got a brain freeze right now. Oh my God! But
we know Jamal.
We got Whitney and Blair and some other ones that were there. When they actually set this thing up. Due to the riots that happened here last year. And since then, I was actually one of the first attendees, I think, to come out and want to be a part of the change and do something.
2 years. You said the riot last year.
Oh, yeah, it's 2 years. Oh, my God.
It don't even seem like it's been that long.
Well, we do a lot, and so I don't really be keeping track of the time. But, yeah, so 2 years ago. And so since then, I've watched the growth of the organization. Mm-hmm. We've got a lot of great people from all walks of life stepping up and wanting to make a change, becoming Queen City Unity ambassadors. So I was saying that to say, for the people that are out there who are in the community, and it doesn't matter your age, your income, whatever. Like, we do a lot of things in the community. We can always use more support. Either whether it's monetarily, whether it's coming out, handing out some some clothes to the homeless or children in need or whatever, or families in need. And so I'm just proud of being a part of it because I see a lot of the great potential. A lot of the city leadership was present.
Yes. And
so many great talented musicians that showed up. I was totally impressed. I think everybody that got up there that really could sing, like, they was original. They wasn't doing other people's music.
Yeah, they sounded like themselves. They didn't sound like any other artist.
Oh, man.
It was beautiful.
And
the stage was literally on fire with every act the
dancers,
from the dancers.
It was pretty much, they had all types of music, dancers from all walks of life. And so I was, like I said, but Charlotte's got a lot of great talent.
It does. Absolutely it does.
Even from the Juneteenth Festival of the Carolinas, which we also work with. Just every year, it just amazes me to see the amount of talented that's here. Where you would think of, like in the South, which I don't see Charlotte as being like this down South city. To me, it's more of a metropolis of all types of people.
Yeah, I said the same thing when I moved here.
Yeah, so none of we not from here. We from other places, but a lot of people have found Charlotte to be their home. And for those of us that want to change, that's been here.
Right.
That's I think it's time for people in the community to step up, and be more active because the leadership of the country, I feel like on a political stance, failed the people as a whole. Maybe some people might beg to differ, but I think for the people that need it the most, that's the system is ghost in a sense where they can, it's like I feel like it's one thing to support the people with money and clothes, but I think it's really providing the people with real truth, real access to real education,
right?
Access to things where they can actually
grow.
Yes, and have it equitable. Because the fact that I was surprised to hear Jorge say the statistics here, as far as the poverty that's here. Yet there's so much wealth. And so that, it's no lack of money. It's pretty much printed out of thin air.
Just the lack of resources that's
Well-
provided. Well, the lack of resources that's provided by those lower income communities.
Well, yeah, but again, it's like with the whole system as a whole. I mean, this whole system is based on fiat currencies, debt. So they print the money out of thin air. So why not print some money for the poor people, and poor people don't have to go without, or giving them a real opportunity to get some access to real resources of change versus
Yeah.
just giving a handout, but actually like really helping people to overcome generational poverty, because that's what a lot of the crimes, a lot of things that happen in the community happen because of people stressed out. They don't know what to do. They don't have skills. And not to say that, it's not anything available for them, but when you're born into an environment, unless you were taken out of that environment and showed something different, you'll never know.
You'll never know. That's true.
And so I think one of the things with Queen City Unity is that we're part of that growth where we're going to go into communities and help educate the people, and help them and give them a handout, where they can become fishermen on their own versus
Right.
just looking for the handout. And so I probably got off topic a little bit.
It's okay. So I
Fine.
guess why don't you tell the listeners what you enjoyed most this past Saturday at the festival?
Well, we got our shirts finally.
Yes.
Yeah.
New prints.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I like the shirts.
So we have to describe the shirts because they can't really see us. They're
Well,
listening to us.
Well, you would think, this could be, the rainbow can be attached to a lot of things in society that we live in. You got the LGBT community. You also, when I think about the rainbow, though, being a painter, being an artist, I'm looking at the colors of life that represent
Right.
all people, whatever you choose. So, you the painter of your life. So, you take the colors and create it how you want to create it. One of the things I did notice, because of Marion, we brought our youngest son out. Everybody else was busy, or they just didn't want to be there. And so I was like, hey, I can't force you to come out. But he came, he showed up, and he got it. He was like, Dad, can I get a shirt too? And I was like, what, you a rainbow kid or something like that? He's like, nah. He's like, yeah. I said, all right, I'll get you a shirt. And so, I was surprised to see him,
I was surprised to see him when he came over to where I was. I was surprised to see that he actually had on this particular shirt, which is the black with the rainbow colors in it, as opposed to the other shirt where he could have gotten the green one
Yeah.
with the white. I think it's green and white. That one is the green and white shirt. So yeah, I was shocked when I saw it.
Yeah,
I was
so-
happy that he got that one, but it shocked me a little bit.
Yeah, me too. So, that being our son or whatever, he's like, okay. But then I say, I had to look at my own reason, because some people, they see symbolism, but unless you, like I said, you your own artist. So it's like whatever this thing appeals to you, you know what I
Right.
mean? So that was one thing I was really impressed of, how much participation from other cultures was there. It was Hindus there. It was all different types of people that was there. I wish it could have been more. I didn't really see. It was a really mixed crowd,
Yes, it
but
was.
it's still. I think it's still in its infancy. I think as we continue to promote it and more people learn about Queen City Unity, I can see it growing bigger into a bigger space. But I also thought the beer was pretty dope. The beer was pretty good too.
The beer
Queen
was
City
good.
Unity beer.
I was impressed with the beer. I am not a beer drinker,
Yeah.
but
So
it was a tangerine IPA.
I thought it was mango.
It was tangerine.
Well, you would know. You're the drink connoisseur.
It was tangerine, but it was really good. You could actually taste the tangerine flavor in it without it being too citrusy. I think that the aroma that they did with it was really good as well. So And
Yeah.
for every glass that was purchased, the brewery actually gave $1 back to the Queen City Unity organization, which I thought was really, really good. So we definitely thank No Doubt Brewing for that.
And also too, speaking of which, donations, I noticed that people were going into their pockets. Like
Yes.
they were donating. You know what I mean? Like people was really coming out of their pocket. I'm talking about all types of people. People that didn't even know about the Queen City Unity Fest. They were there for other events. They came by. They stopped at the table because I sat at the table with Miss Keisha, and we were. She was really doing. I wasn't really doing nothing. I might ask a couple people. I think I got a couple people to drop some money in the hat, but they were supportive, and they was cutting. You know, they was swiping that card, and they was dropping some cash on the table. So we sold a lot of shirts.
I'm about to say, I think the shirt sales this year was really high. It was really good.
Yeah, so I think it's definitely going to help to grow. And I'm just like I said, I'm proud to be a part of it for what I feel is needed right now in the country, in the world, in the community. More of us coming together and supporting each other and lifting each other up, so nobody has to go without. You know, it's like it's just time out. Like we have to do something, because if we don't, who will? You know.
This is true.
So I think we about up for a commercial time, but anything you wanted to say? Because I said I was going to be quiet today. Then when I start getting,
I think the listeners are learning that is probably a very hard task for you to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little small commercial break, listen to a few tunes, and then when we come back, I'll give my intake of what I really enjoyed about the festival, my interpretation of the rainbow shirt, and then we'll have finish our discussion on unity in the community. So you're listening to WDRB Media, the voice of your community, giving you double the information and inspiration. Don't go anywhere, because we're going to be right back.